We have breaking news here on the Rams Digest as the Rams make a trade. We're talking all about the player they are bringing into the roster. We're also talking about Devontae Adams and what he's going to be doing on TV for Monday Night Football. All on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm your host, Joshua Giron. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, consider subscribing to the channel right now. We are at 4,540, so appreciate everyone who's been supporting us so far, but we continue to grow and chase 5,000 subscribers. So do us a favor, if you enjoy what you're watching, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any daily Rams content, especially some breaking news content. Like today, we're talking all about the Rams. Here are sources from Ian Rappaport. Titans cornerback Roger McCreary is being traded to the Rams. The Rams get some real help for one of the NFL's top defenses. It's a 5th rounder to the Titans, originally their own pick, with a 6th rounder going back to LA. Cook it up, if you will. Les Snead. Tennessee moves on and adds draft capital. So, a lot to discuss, a lot to get into on this topic. For one, the Rams made a move, and they made a move that really didn't cost them that much. You move back in the draft, so you go from the 5th round to the 6th round, and you get a not top tier, but a really good cornerback who's young, by the way. We'll talk all about the details on Roger McCreary, but he's a bigger name, right, in this NFL. We know the name. He's a pretty solid player. Of course, playing for Tennessee, I mean, maybe he's not playing great because the team isn't great, and so the hope for the Rams that he comes in to the building and obviously adds to this already pretty good defense right now, right? We've been discussing time and time, week after week, some different trade ideas for the Rams. Didn't really think the Rams would be aggressive buyers or aggressive sellers at the trade deadline, but yet they prove us a little bit wrong and go out and get a deal done with Tennessee. Let us know how you guys feel about this one. I'm trying to pull up a different image here, sorry. Let us know how you guys feel about this trade. Are you guys excited about this trade? Let us know down below in the comment section. Here's some more details for you from Adam Schefter. He says, Titans are sending Roger McCreary to the Rams for a conditional 5th/6th round pick swap per sources. So conditions, Titans get 5th round pick closer to the beginning of the round, which most likely will be the Titans' original 5th round pick. Rams receive the 6th round pick that is closest to the end of the round. Titans currently have 3 6th round picks. So sounds a little more complicated than it really is. I think what he's basically saying here is, if the 5th round pick is the better, whichever one is the better one of the 5th round pick, that is the one that is going to go to Tennessee. Whichever one's the worst pick of the 6th round picks, that is going to be the one that stays with Tennessee or goes to Tennessee. So it's kind of one of those things. Goes to Tennessee, stays with the Rams. And so and it sounded really complicated, and I also messed up what I said, but basically, it's a pick swap. The Tennessee Titans are getting the better end of the draft capital, if you will, but the Rams add a cornerback to a team, a defense that needed some cornerback help. That's what we've been talking about all year, it felt like, all offseason as well. It didn't really address the cornerback room all year long. Maybe Les Snead was being patient and waiting for something like this, a good deal for a good young player who is, by the way, still very young and didn't really cost you too much to go out and get him. That is kind of the key here. Here's some fancy, stuff that I really don't even know too much about. But basically, when we're looking at this coverage stat here, you want to be in the top right quadrant of this graphic, right? You look at the bottom, yards allowed per coverage snap. You look at the left, you have passer rating allowed when targeted. The higher that goes, the better. The more to the right you go here, the better. So if you look and you find Roger McCreary, I know there's a lot of names mixed in there, but right around the middle of the screen, in between the Nashawn Wrights and the Jalen Ramseys of the world, Roger McCreary sits right there. So he's not been the best of cornerbacks by any stretch of the imagination, but he's better than that. He's average. He's an average cornerback right now. And again, you have to also factor in the fact that he plays for Tennessee, a team that is just not very good and not playing for anything. I know it kind of seems kind of weird, but that does matter for players, I think, and teams and stats and all that stuff, because yeah, of course, he's going to give a bunch of points. If that offense can't score and move the football, he's on the field all day, every day. Of course, he's going to be a little tired and not play at his best. But when he comes to LA, that should and hopefully will change for Roger McCreary, because we're talking about a player who's now going to have a pass rush in front of him. He's going to have a good defensive coaching scheme. They're going to put him in better positions to win his battles, right, rather than what they have in Tennessee. Not that Tennessee's the worst, but they are one of the worst teams in the NFL. So the hope for the Rams, and you didn't pay too much to try to find this out, the hope is that he becomes a little bit better than average. And if he does, you look down low at the bottom, he's already right now currently playing better than a guy like Emmanuel Forbes, for example. And so this is going to help the Rams in the long run. This is one of those moves you make if you're a team that really truly believes you're a Super Bowl contender. I think Les Snead is telling everybody, telling the whole league, telling himself, telling the team, telling Sean McVay, we believe we are winners. Let's go ahead and continue to grow and improve on this roster as best as we can at this point in time, so that way we can try to compete for this Super Bowl run, right? And that is kind of the goal here for the Rams, which is obviously really cool to see. Here's a little stat breakdown as well. 8 games so far this year. He's been healthy. He's played every single week. 1 interception on the season, 1 sack as well, so we can get to the quarterback a little bit. Overall, again, nothing's going to pop out off of the screen for you, but you look here, solo tackles, 21 solo tackles. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but you don't want your cornerback to have that many tackles, and so him only having 21 8 weeks in, I think that's a pretty solid number if you ask me, because it's saying that he's not tackling a bunch of guys he's catching footballs on him left and right, so that is ideal, I think, there. So overall, I think the Rams are adding a really good piece. 5'11" corner, 25 years of age, young cornerback adding to this defense. Hopefully this kind of just brings a resurgence to his career and kind of allows him to break out a little bit with the Los Angeles Rams and their defense. It's a hope for Les Snead. It's a hope for this front office, this coaching staff. That is the hope that I think us fans should have in Roger McCreary. Let me know how you guys feel about Roger McCreary being traded to the Rams down below in the comment section. Again, I think low risk, high reward type of trade for the Rams. Great deal by Les Snead. Shout out to the Rams front office for making a move at a position of need here. Let me know how you guys feel about it, again, in the comment section down below. Moving on from that, a quick little story here to talk about. Nothing too crazy, but Rams star Davante Adams will be a guest on Monday Night Football's ManningCast during the Chief and Commanders game. So just want to throw it out there. If you're not too busy watching the Los Angeles Dodgers face off versus the Toronto Blue Jays, forgot what city they're from for a second. If you're not too busy watching that Dodger game and you want to watch some Davante Adams talk some football with the Manning Bros, go ahead and tune in to tonight's Monday Night Football game. Davante Adams will be a guest. I think they said he's going to come on in about the 4th quarter or so that's an interesting thing to kind of see Davante Adams talk some football with the Manning Bros. I'll be honest, personally, I don't watch the ManningCast too often, but hey, this might be a time to tune in to the ManningCast toward the end of this game tonight just to catch what Davante Adams has to say about the football being played tonight between the Commanders and the Chiefs. And then last but not least, moving on from that, my favorite part of the episode, Trivia of the Day, where I ask a trivia question. You give your trivia guesses down below in the comment section. Whether right or whether wrong, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode that I'm on here at the Rams Digest. For those who missed last episode's Trivia of the Day, here was the question we asked everyone. We said, which NFL franchise is older than the state in which it currently plays? That was the questions we asked, folks, as I was a little bit off there on the screenshot. Here we go. The multiple choice options for everyone on that question were A, Arizona Cardinals, the B, the Green Bay Packers, C, the Chicago Bears, or D, the Detroit Lions. I might have mixed up the multiple choice the way I said it in the last video. Sorry, but it is what it is. Those who play along with the trivia of the day, here are your shout-outs for the day. Floyd says no clue, so I'll just go with the Arizona Cardinals. Axe says Arizona Cardinals is the answer to the trivia question. They started out as the Chicago Cardinals before Arizona was even a state. Are you guys correct on this trivia of the day? Well, the correct answer for the trivia is A, the Arizona Cardinals. They were founded in 1898, whereas Arizona became a state in 1912. Kind of one of those interesting facts there. Yeah, I guess the more west you move, kind of the easier that this answer kind of gets, because all the multiple choice options were like East Coast. The more west you go, the later the states were kind of being made, right? So interesting stuff there. Arizona Cardinals actually older as a franchise than the state they currently play in. Shout out to Floyd for getting this correct. Floyd, you're kind of on a heater, if I'm not mistaken. You've been kind of popping off getting some ones correct back to back to back, unless I'm wrong here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Floyd. And then Axe says Arizona Cardinals. Correct as well. Appreciate both of you guys for playing along with the trivia of the day. Appreciate you guys for getting it correct. Special shout out to both of you guys as well. If you guys saw this trivia and you're like, that was an easy question, I should have got that, I could have got a shout out on the episode too, then go ahead and play along with today's trivia of the day to prove yourself and get this question right as well. The infamous butt fumble happened during which holiday NFL game? The infamous butt fumble happened during which holiday NFL game? Was it A, Christmas? Was it B, Thanksgiving? Was it C, New Year's Day? Or was it D, Halloween? The infamous butt fumble happened during which holiday NFL game? Give your guesses down below in the comment section. Whether right, whether wrong, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode that I'm on here at the Rams Digest. Other than that, that's going to do it for me on today's episode of the Rams Digest. The Rams, make a move. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more breaking news content like we just had today. Other than that, that's going to do it for me on today's episode. I'm your host, Joshua Giron, and I'm out.